new story, Bawang Merah and Bawang Putih. And in the story, Bawang Merah was described as the villain, the baddie, while her stepsister Bawang Putih was described as the hero, the goodie, right? Well, today I'm Nastiti Andini, going to tell you an untold sequence about the Bawang Merah story. This time, it's in the point of view of Bawang Merah. Here we go! No one tells you in the story how old I am. No accurate information about my age. Let me tell you, I'm just 10 years old. 10 years old when my mother was married to a man who had his own child named Bawang Putih. What would you do if you were in my position? Our life was already happy before the marriage. Even though we were poor, my mother loved me and I loved her. But then the situation suddenly changed. They say that I was jealous of my sister. Yes, that's correct. I won't deny that fact. But isn't it normal as a human being to feel sick and tired if new people keep coming into your life and force your beloved to share her love? My mother had to divide her love after the marriage. 1/3 for me, 1/3 for her husband, and 1/3 for her new stepdaughter. My mother's love was not 100% to me anymore. Bawang Merah. Now you have a father and a sister. Please be familiar with them, alright? My mother once said to me, her voice was suddenly like a thunder in my ear. Okay, let's move on to another fact you're already familiar with. Bawang Putih was helpful and kind. Yes, that's correct. She's always helping around doing household jobs like cooking, gardening, sweeping floors, and so on and so forth. On the contrary, I was described as lazy, emotional, and other negative things. Yes, that's probably right, but I'm just 10 years old. Playing and toying around are my life. Is it wrong to have a kid's life? When I asked my stepsister to play with me, she declined my offer. I'm a bit mad, but isn't that normal? When I'm angry at my stepsister, my mom instinctively defends me. I don't think that's the wrong thing. That's what mothers usually does. My stepsister is often sad, but you people consider it's normal. Her sadness was getting worse by the time her father passed away. Every day, every hour, every second, Bawang Putih cried as if she's the most suffering girl in the world. Bawang Putih cried. Looks like she just woke up from her nightmare. My mother tried to calm her down. But with her crying getting louder and louder, I automatically shouted, "Shut up! Can you just stop crying? Our neighbor will think that you're being tortured!" Well, perhaps that's the beginning of the rumor that circulated around our neighbor that I and my mother like to torture her. And then the worst situation is out of control. Bawang Putih seems to be in acute depression. Every time we tell her not being too sentimental, she'll be crying louder and louder. Our neighbor will hear that, and sometimes they come check on us to see what's really happening. And then they spread hoax that I and my mother are always mad and that Bawang Putih is always sad. And then here comes the most epic incident that you'll always hear in the story. In the morning, Bawang Putih was washing clothes in the river. Sadness can still be pictured in her face. And this brings carelessness. One of the clothes is out of her sight. It's the most favorite dress of our mom. She doesn't realize it yet. Until she noticed. She panicked and she screamed. "Oh no!" Bawang Putih chased after the dress. She ran and she ran and she ran. But the dress was nowhere to be found. Maybe it already sank. She was lost. She was hopeless and afraid at the same time. Then a mysterious old woman came and tried to calm her down. And as you know from the story, she brought a small pumpkin home. My mother was very mad, interrogated her, where she got the pumpkin. No answer. She just cried. Then my mom got angry and asked, "Did you steal this pumpkin, Bawang, Putih?" No answer. She just responded by yet again crying. My mother got angrier and snatched the pumpkin, and it broke, crushed on the floor. "Oh my God!" the three of us shouted, noticing that there were jewelry inside the pumpkin. After my stepfather died, my mother had to do casual jobs to fulfill our life. But the money is not enough to cover our living. Then we're trapped in debt. Isn't it normal to have an idea that we can overcome our debt crisis by having another one of those pumpkins from the mysterious old woman again? Now we hope for the bigger one. And what? They say we got some poisonous snakes in the bigger pumpkin. But do you want to know the real truth? I hesitate to tell you the truth, but after getting the bigger pumpkin, our life was much happier. The three of us, happily ever after. And that's the story of Bawang Merah that you'll never hear anywhere. Thank you very much!